The football programs of Williamstown and Wayne have a combined 7 state championships. Williamstown has won 4 titles, while Wayne owns 3 crowns. At the moment, each team is on the outside looking in at the playoff picture for the 2025 season. Both teams have 3 wins as they head into this 9th game of the campaign. These schools with a rich football history are ready to meet for the first time, and we bring it your way next on the Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University. You inside Wayne High School's Pioneer Field in Wayne, West Virginia, located on the border of the Mountain State and the Bluegrass State of Kentucky. It is where, on this final day of October, Halloween night, the Yellow Jackets of Williamstown invade to meet the Wayne Pioneers in what is the next to last game of the regular season for these 2 proud programs, a game which is of the utmost importance for both as they try to keep their hopes alive of reaching the Class AA playoffs of West Virginia. And it is our latest Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University. Greetings from Wayne's Pioneer Field, along with analyst Jim Mahan, Hannah Klein on the sidelines, and our wonderful FNR crew. I'm Mark Barton. Delighted to have you with us here. October, chilly night, Jim. This is football weather at its finest.
Can't get any better than that. The fall colors, the breeze, and it's Friday night lights.
All right, we got 2 interesting teams here in terms of what has happened this campaign, because we know when you talk about Wayne and Williamstown, you're talking about teams that we're usually talking about getting to the Northern Panhandle, Wheeling, hoping to get to Charleston. Now, they got a lot of work to do just to make the playoffs, but they got some outstanding talent. And let's look at a couple of players here that we will be calling on tonight. And we begin with Williamstown and Jackson Curry. He's waited his turn to be the main man for the Yellow Jackets. He's at 1,200 yards rushing this season for Chris Beck's crew, and they will rely on him heavily here tonight and certainly in Game 10 of the season if they are to be a playoff team. Again, both teams got a lot of work to do to get there. Meanwhile, for the Wayne Pioneers, Caden Hayton, this kid is an outstanding talent, just a tough, physical football player. He's rushed for about 800 yards this season, really excels at linebacker, and he has caught the attention of a lot of Division I schools and certainly a lot of Division II schools. And Tom Harmon says this young man on his way to playing college football, but he wants to end his high school days on a strong note. Beautiful evening for football here in Wayne County as the Pioneers continue to take warm-ups on senior night, and they entertain the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. First meeting ever between the 2 programs, and we've got the kickoff coming your way in just a moment on our latest Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University.
Good luck tonight. Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Gotcha. All right, guys, my name's Lance Easton. This is Tyler Markham will be in the middle, okay, guys? Your captain's for a reason. Take care of your team so we don't have to, okay? Give the ball to the nearest official. Let's have some fun tonight, okay? All right, Williamstown, you're the visiting team. We'll call the coin toss.
Tails.
Okay, tails is the call, so it's going to be the blue side over here, okay? I'm going to let it hit. It is heads. Wayne, you've won the toss.
We would like the ball.
Okay, sounds good. Which way y'all want? Do you want the clock in the second quarter?
Defend the scoreboard.
Yep. Put your back over there. Watch the camera, gentlemen. Black over here looking at the scoreboard.
Yes,
All right, Wayne has won the toss and will receive. All right, guys, shake hands. Have a good game.
All right, there you go. You heard it. The Pioneers, they win the toss, and Tom Harmon's crew wants the football. Our referee tonight, Lance Easton. The umpire, Tyler Markham. Michael Lemons is the line judge. The head linesman is Phil Porter the second. Tyler Michael is the field judge, and the side judge is Cole Kiley. 51 degrees here at Pioneer Field, historic venue. Jim, this is our only game, as you see the referees huddled there, really classy for Mr. Eastman and his crew tonight. These guys work hard. They spend a lot of time together, and Friday nights are special for those guys as well, and certainly want to say their blessings for being able to be referees.
Great camaraderie that they have, and they travel together a lot of times, and they have games every single week, so they really just could be like brothers out there on the field. And well, when you don't do it anymore, you really miss it.
All right, our kickoffs being sponsored by the West Virginia State Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged. And Carter Hoops will kick it off here for Williamstown, and the Pioneers ready to field it. And a nice return for Wayne, and the Pioneers all in the black here tonight are ready to go. Nice 25-yard return there for the Pioneers.
You see that Wayne offense, Mark Trey Hayton, the freshman, and Williamstown countering with a sophomore in Breck Allen, of course. Really senior heavy on the Wayne offense. They start 8 seniors on that offense, and if you're looking at Williamstown's defense, conversely, they're only starting 2 seniors.
Eli Haffer had that nice return, and Haffer will get the call on first down.
You're going to see a steady diet of running from Coach Harmon. He likes to establish the line of scrimmage. He likes to have ball control, and he likes to move those sticks. Those are staples of his 10 years of coach, and you're going to see a lot of that tonight. There's that Williamstown defense. Again, only 2 seniors on that, and they're starting 6 sophomores, Mark, so they're very young. These kids have kind of grown into this whole season.
Yeah, Hoosier is a really good football player, and banging through is Jaden Wayman. Wayman has rushed the football 73 times this season, 337 yards and a touchdown. And another look.
He got a really good hold, but the difference was there was really good close there from the Williamstown defense. They were playing so close to the box. They've got everybody within about 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. So fully expecting Wayne, the Pioneers, to be running the ball fairly conservatively here early on in this game.
Carter Hoops made the tackle. His 34 stops on the season, and get it into the hands of Haffer, and he's got the first down. Will be driven out of bounds on the far side. There is a marker down. Breck Allen drives him out of bounds, and we're going to have a hold against the Pioneers. Lance Easton giving us the call there. 51 degrees here at kickoff. Another look at it.
Yeah, pretty good setup there. You see 65 with the hold for Wayne, but Haffer did a good job on that, kind of like a jet sweep, really, but a good setup on the edge and good speed getting around the corner. But all for naught. Now they're really kind of set back on their ways
so
in
that
terms of distance, down in distance.
Move the football back to the 31-yard line. Williamstown making its first appearance on Friday Night Rivals. Wayne's playing its 8th game. The Pioneers of Tom Harmon 4-3, 2-0 here at home. They just keep it on the ground and grinding for what they can. And that is Caden Hayden. We talked about that young man in our open, 6'3", 210, a senior, 741 yards on the ground, 12 touchdowns, has a long run of 67 yards. He's also caught 6 passes and scored a touchdown, but the Pioneers going to have to kick it away, and Hayden is the punter. Long snapper is Trey Hayden. We're going to have movement here.
Yeah, a little bit on that right edge of the Williamstown Yellow Jackets, so that'll cost them 5 yards and help at least a little bit of the field position for Hayden when he punts this one away. Now they're talking about it, probably more than I thought they would be. Okay. Was offsides against the Yellow Jackets, so march off 5 yards mark, and Mr. Hayden will get another shot at it.
So Hayden stands back at around his 28-yard line. Kick is away, and, well, that touched. And then a hard hit there. Daniel Cunningham was the man back deep. And Cunningham, the freshman, he took a pop there as he goes out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Young freshman, he's been impressive this season for Coach Beck's crew. About 75% of the team, freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, they got a really young group there at Williamstown offense, only starting 4 seniors on that group as they come out on their first series of this first quarter.
34-yard punt. And a 10-yard return. And here is Kerr. We'll get to see Kerr for the first time tonight. He has reeled over 1,000 yards this season. And gets the call on first down as picks up 7 on the play.
Just a good power run there on the left side with a lead block off of the backside pull. Pretty substantial yardage on first down. A lot of options with second down here, Mark.
Jake Davis made the tackle for the Pioneers. And pressure comes, and down goes the quarterback, Breck Allen, taken down by Jaden Wayman.
Yeah, Mark, you're going to see that Damon Wayden coming off the edge, and Breck Allen really kind of didn't see him, saw the defender in front of him, but not the one behind him.
Now, Tom Harmon says he is simply a high motor guy and comes flying in there, so brings up 3rd down and 13. Football at the 33-yard line for the white-clad Williamstown Yellow Jackets. Allen going to keep it, and Allen is going to be taken down. Football comes out of there. Wayne has it.
I think they ruled initially, Mark, forward progress. I didn't see anything that would negate that. So the Jackets will return the favor back to the Pioneers for their first punt of the game.
Eli Haffer came out there with the football. And now a flag will come out.
Somebody in the neutral. Seems like a mirror image, Mark. They had 3 plays and an offsides against Williamstown the first series, 3 plays and an offsides against Wayne in this series, their initial one. That's exactly what we had from both teams.
Mason Kern is the punter for Williamstown. Football now at the 40. Jenner Burge is the long snapper. Nice looking kick. And a nice job there on the punt team as they take down Jake Davis. And now Wayne goes on offense for a second time here tonight.
Mark, you see both teams being a little bit cautious. Don't want to turn the ball over early in this game. They kind of want to keep the ball on the ground, try to establish some of that up front, front 5 guys and see if they can move that defense a little bit, especially the inexperience of Williamstown's defense.
Straight up the gut and an opening for the Pioneers, and it's Wayman. Wayman knocked out of bounds by Cunningham. Big rip there by the Wayne running back.
Certainly not immune to contact, Mark. You're going to see Wayman there just bounce through the middle and then bounce it to the outside.
Bridge Valley first down. Bridge Valley Community and Technical College finds your path, and now Hayton will get the handoff from his younger brother, and he's going to be shoved back. Good job by that Williamstown defense. Christian Huser comes in, 56 tackles on the season, 6'3", 239, a junior. And boy, Chris Beck just cannot say enough great things about that young man.
And the interesting thing about that, with so many tackles, Mark, you would think he'd be in a linebacker position. He's in a down defensive end position, which shows you just what kind of talents and skills he's got.
Hayton gets the call again, and he draws a crowd. There's no doubt about it, Jim.
Yeah, I was wondering if Trey and him had been practicing in the backyard in the offseason on those handoffs. But I think Coach Harmon looking at perhaps two-down territory, depending upon what happens in this particular play.
3rd down and 6, and Carter Hoops made the stop, and the handoff, and it's Wayman, and big hit there. Defensively and offensively, coming up, Jack Moore, linebacker, a sophomore, 68 tackles on the season for the Yellow Jackets. Again, we talk freshmen and sophomores. We're talking a lot of young guys. So it's going to be 4th and 2 for the black-clad Pioneers.
I could see exactly why you would want to do that unless you could just pin them inside, but it's a long 2 yards, Mark.
The handoff, and Hayton has the first down and then some. Looking for the end zone, dives for the pylon, and he is in. Touchdown, Caden Hayton. A 34-yard romp to the end zone, and the Pioneers of Wayne strike first here on October 31st.
Yeah, Mark, you see why a lot of colleges are after this kid. He's just got a perfect body frame so that they can put a little bit more mass and muscle on him. He's got great foot speed, and he's got good open field speed.
Now the fire drill, and going to be taken down there. Well, they are unsuccessful on the 2-point conversion. The holder, Jake Davis, Williamstown taking him down, but Wayne in the lead here. 5:47 to go in the first quarter on our Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University. Our scoring summary tonight is sponsored by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program and the Wayne Pioneers. A 5-play, 66-yard drive, 1:59 off the clock, and Caden Hayton takes it 34 yards for the touchdown. 2-point try was no good. 13th rushing touchdown of the season for Hayton. And it's time now to introduce you to the third member of our team tonight, Hannah Klein. And Hannah wearing that blaze orange here on Halloween. I love it.
Mark said that I look like I was going hunting today. I love that. Mark, I didn't see your costume for Halloween. I had to dress up a little bit. But let's talk about both teams for our final Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals game of the week, presented by Glenville State University. Let's first start over on this sidelines for Wayne High School. Longtime head coach Tom Herman, now in his 29th season, would love to give the home crowd something big to cheer about in the Pioneers' final home game of their year. Programs has been a powerhouse in the past with multiple state titles and playoff trips in recent seasons. Williamstown knows the feeling as well. The Yellow Jackets came into the year with big expectations after making the semifinals last year and winning back-to-back champions before that. Both teams are hungry and want to keep going into the end of the season on a high note. And while the playoffs might be out of reach, pride and momentum heading into next season are definitely on the line. Mark?
All right, thank you, Hannah. Cunningham with the nice return. Jake Davis gets him out of bounds, but the Yellow Jackets going to start in Wayne territory here. Second possession of the game. Handed off, Jackson Kerr, and Kerr will be taken down quickly. And it's Wayman on the stop.
That's the second time Wayman's crashed down inside. He went rushing down on Allen earlier and got the sack. This time he was able to get a TFL, I think, a yard loss. So
Cunningham had a 31-yard return, but negative yardage on that first play of one. Second down here, and 11 for the Yellow Jackets, looking to answer following the Wayne touchdown. Marker comes out, and going to be a false start against the Yellow Jackets. Jan Deals is proud to sponsor the streaming of tonight's FNR game on Facebook and YouTube. Injured in a car wreck, called Jan Deals Attorneys at Law. We won't take no for an answer.
Mark Hannon asked you what you were dressed up at. I would clearly say you were a sports broadcaster.
I'm a sports broadcaster. I do that about every year. You know, it's just a good
not
outfit.
Not a bad outfit.
Actually, there was a guy at work that dressed up as me. I'm still trying to figure it out. He had popcorn. That was the key to it all. All right, firing it out. And, boy, nice maneuvering here by Williamstown's Jackson Fulton. And I believe Fulton will have – he's going to be shy of the first down, but nice catch there.
Yeah,
there's a
yards
flag
after
down.
catch, Mark, was pretty impressive. You see this kid, he's only a sophomore, but you look at this move. Here's one guy, eludes his tackler. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. Now he gets in the open field, takes 3 more to get him, but all for naught.
Yeah, unfortunately comes back. Williamstown opened the season against James Monroe. That game was played at County Stadium in Spencer, part of a 3-game event that weekend. They lost to Wheeling Central. Then they defeated Roane County at County Stadium. So they played 2 games in Spencer this season. That was a big win over a very good Roane team that we saw a few weeks back. They lost to Chapmanville, and the Tigers unbeaten, playing unbeaten Mingo Central tonight. They lost to Marietta, Ohio, defeated Polka, South Harrison, and then lost to Doddridge last week. Here is the pass fired out by Allen, and gathering it in was Jenner Burge. Burge is listed as a tight end. They'll split him out some. Burge, 6'1", 183, a senior. That's his 18th catch of the season, and will bring up 3rd down and 9. He picks up 10 on the play, but 9 to go here. Yellow Jackets trying to keep it alive after that nice Cunningham kickoff return.
Yeah, you're really looking at probably being on the inside of Wayne's territory, probably a 2-down set play here from Coach Allen.
Rick Allen awaits the snap, and Allen will keep it, and Allen going to be slowed up. Good D there again by Wayman for the Pioneers. He's having himself a nice game here on FNR in this opening quarter of play.
I'm just wondering if Williamstown's going to catch the fact that Wayman is always going to the wide side of the field, Mark, and it just appears perhaps that Williamstown's kind of shading that wide side of the field, so maybe they want to run back on the weak side every once in a while.
Breck Allen, who replaced the outstanding Lincoln Joy as Williamstown's quarterback. And we're going to have a timeout called here. Head down to Hannah Klein. Hannah, take it away. All right, Hannah with our T-shirt gun.
Hopefully the gun, Mark, isn't frozen at this point. I don't think it is. It's got a pretty good launch on that first one.
Sponsored by the West Virginia Federal Credit Union. Experience the credit union difference. Talked about Williamstown's season to date. Wayne also at 3-5 opened up with a victory over Wayne County rival Tulsa 33-6. That was our red hat, Dan Carney. Tonight he's dressed up as a clown. We told Dan no clowning around tonight down there. He's got an important job as the red hat, but I'm not sure what he is. Does he have red hair tonight? So he's the red
some
wig.
color I'm not familiar with. I don't know what it is.
Wayne then defeated Scott on the road 16-9, lost to that Mingo Central team that's undefeated 28-7 in David Jones' team playing Chapmanville tonight in a battle of unbeatens. Fell to the Sherman Tide, who are having a great year, 40-20. They downed Lincoln County 46-0. Lost a tough one to Tug Valley 25-20, and that great Chapmanville team 44-7. All right, it is 4th and 9. Nice pass, and a beautiful catch is made by Fulton. What a delivery by Breck Allen, and right into the arms of Jackson Fulton for the first down. But there is a penalty flag down, but this is worth a look regardless of what the call is. Wow.
That was a wonderful pass into really double coverage, and you saw really getting a lot of pressure. That was a defensive hold call. Of course, that's going to be declined, but that pressure from Caden Hayden in the grill of Breck Allen, he was not phased at all, Mark.
That is a Bridge Valley Community and Technical College first down. Find your path. First down of the evening for the Yellow Jackets, and they'll get a little bit more following that wonderful pass and catch. Our naming rights sponsor throughout the season, Go-Mart. Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart. 1st and 10. Football at the 17-yard line. Jackson Kerr going to break it to the outside, and Kerr still on his feet, and finally driven out of bounds on the far side. Jake Davis comes up and makes the stop, and right there near that concession stand across the way, Jim, that we found out tonight, they have chicken noodle soup, potato soup, and baked steak and mashed potatoes. That is not your usual fare for concession stands on a Friday night. But
yeah, not only that, Mark, we were told they were all homemade, along with homemade parfaits.
Well, of course. What more would you expect here in the wonderful county of Wayne? Hand it off, and a big stick there as Jackson Kerr gets the call.
Yeah, that one kind of had too slow of a development there on that left side. They were able to crash and overstack. They had way more defenders than they had blockers, and that's why they ended up with a TFL on that one as well.
Caden Hayden made the stop. Marco's Pizza to the booth. Marco's Pizza is the delivery of the game, satisfying the FNR booth tonight and all season long. It is 3rd down and 1. Snap to Allen, and Allen going to find his way into the end zone for the touchdown, and just like that, Williamstown has answered the Wayne touchdown, and Wayne missed the 2-point try, thus a chance here for the Yellow Jackets to take the lead.
A really nice job. It kind of overloaded on the inside, Mark. You'll see on the replay coming up how Wayne kind of sold out for the inside, looking like a quick trap here up the middle, but what really ended up happening, you get a bounce out here from Breck Allen, and he's able to kind of really coast into the end zone.
Breck Allen's older brother, Ricky Allen, was an All-Stater. Chris Beck has known Breck Allen since he was a ball boy for the Yellow Jackets. 2-point try here. Allen going to weave his way into the end zone, and Williamstown goes in front Off the 2-point conversion, Breck Allen takes it in, and it's an 8-6 lead for the Yellow Jackets.
Kind of wants to set that up. Everybody's sold out for the inside, and then Breck Allen, the sophomore, is able to take it, run off the right side. He had a good lead block there by Jack Moore, the other sophomore. Didn't get a chance to hit his man because he was already in the end zone.
All right, time for our Governor's Highway Safety Program scoring summary. 8 plays, 47 yards, 3:36 off the clock, and that gentleman there, Breck Allen, takes it in for the touchdown, and then the 2-point try is good. Just getting more and more comfortable running the offense for Chris Beck. It takes a while, and again, played behind Lincoln Joy, just an outstanding football player the last few years for the Yellow Jackets. So Carter Hoops, a young man, his mother is a graduate of Williamstown High School. Family moved back to the area. I asked Chris Beck, I said, does he play basketball? He said, no, actually he's a wrestler. You think Hoops, you might.
Hey, you might want to think he'd be out there on the hardwood, not the mat.
He's a pretty good football player, and the team's kicker, and this one is going to roll into the end zone.
Pretty strong leg here on a cool night. Kind of hard to get that ball up in the air. But did a nice job of pinning Wayne back in their own territory. They'll be starting at their own 20-yard line.
Well, the Pioneers had the lead, but they did not get the 2-point try, and Williamstown drives down the field, and the Yellow Jackets on the board in this first ever meeting between these two programs. Again, Williamstown with 4 state championships down through the years, and Wayne has 3 titles.
And Mark, you talked about Breck Allen. I mean, every snap he takes, every game he plays, he's going to learn more and more as he grows.
Well, they clog it up pretty well on first down.
I don't know whether that was a missed handoff or whether that was already pre-designed that way. I'm not exactly sure whether Trey Hayton was going to hand that off for that counter or whether that was a design play like that.
So Caden Hayton was the ball carrier. 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8. 1:40. Clock turning here in this opening quarter of play. And Hayton diving up the middle there. Tripped up by Jackson Fulton. And it will bring up 3rd down.
They're happy that they got Jackson Fulton tripping that one up because there wasn't anybody between Hayden and the end zone.
Talked about those state championships, Jim. Williamstown's playoff record in school history, 53-24.
I'm sure they'll take it. That's pretty impressive.
They lost to Winfield for the title in 61, first ever playoff game, and that was for a state championship as Hayton gets the call, and Hayton muscles his way for the first down.
Did an awful lot of that on his own, Mark. He got initially hit before the 30-yard line, was able to carry a couple of guys past that. You see he gets hit there, 2-3 guys, and then he's able to get that first down, move the sticks.
Bridge Valley Community and Technical College, first down, find your path. By the way, Jim, that state championship game was played at Flynn Field in Ravenswood. 1961. You were a year old. You hadn't even moved to Ravenswood yet.
Not moved.
Here's
there.
a handoff up the middle by the Pioneers. Wayman gets the call. Gobbled up there by several white jerseys.
Truth be told, Mark, I was born in 61, so.
Okay, well, that's right. You were January, right?
Yes, sir.
So time winding down here in this opening quarter. Tom Harmon, the veteran of the Wayne Pioneers, will watch the clock run out, and his team will have the football as we begin the second quarter of play. A first ever meeting between Williamstown and Wayne. Beautiful, cool night here at Pioneer Field on our Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University. And don't forget, the school bus stop of the game coming your way after tonight's showdown presented by NHTSA. Well, we mentioned earlier in our telecast that each of these schools have a Kennedy Award winner as the best player in the state of West Virginia. And from Wayne High School, it is David Morris. 1968, David was chosen as the top player in the state. And then he took his talents to West Virginia University, was an outstanding defensive back. Talk about the Williamstown Kennedy Award winner a bit later. When David Morris won it in 1968, Jim, he was the first to do so since 1965. They did not pick a Kennedy Award winner in 1966 and 1967. But one of the all-time greats in Pioneer football history, David Morris. And his alma mater with the football as we begin the second quarter here on our Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University. And hard running by Caden Hayton and Chris Beck. Well, he still doesn't go down. Chris Beck says it's going to take several guys tonight to keep that gentleman.
I'm sure that Coach Beck's game plan was centered around how are we going to stop number 2, because he's the main guy for them, for the Pioneers, and he's proved that tonight so far.
Yeah, just trying to keep him in check all night long. Wayne, 3 first downs. Williamstown had 2 in that first quarter, 90 yards rushing for Wayne, 15 for Williamstown. Williamstown was 3 of 3 passing for 46 yards. Wayne did not attempt to pass. 3 penalties, and here is Wayman bursting for the first down to the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Wayman would have probably been a little bit better off had he not stiff-armed the back judge. You're going to see this here, Mark. He bursts through that line. You see right here, he just kind of shrugs the back judge out of the way and is able to gain a lot of yardage on that ground.
Wayman, who has a 68-yard gallop this season, picking up 28 yards there. A Clay Center first down. The Clay Center where science and art come alive. And now here's Hayton. And Hayton fighting his way for yardage and finally going to be wrestled down at around the 30. About a 4-yard pickup there for Hayton.
Yeah, that whole attitude, Mark, that Hayton had was get off me. He had 3 or 4 guys there trying to work on his legs. He's got such good strength, upper body and lower body. You're going to see here.
Cunningham, the young freshman, tried to take him down. Great effort by that young man. Wayman has picked up 65 yards on 6 carries.
Yeah, Mark, it only took 4 Yellow Jackets to get Hayton down on that possession right there.
Now his younger brother fakes the handoff to big brother and will take it to the 20-yard line, and he will gain 7 on the play.
And, Mark, the value of that, you see that fake there by Trey Hayton because everybody's selling out for Big Brother. And then you'll see that they all lean there to the right, and he's got that hole off to the left all by himself. Plenty of room to pick up the first down.
All right, following this play, we'll head down to Hannah as the Pioneers are on the move here. They trail 8-6. Handoff, and here's Wayman to the outside and will be wrestled out of bounds. Another nice play by the youngster Cunningham. Let's head down to Hannah here at Pioneer Field. Hannah, take it away.
Well, Mark, during the coin toss, Wayne High School players walked hand in hand holding jersey number 17 to honor 16-year-old Wayne High School football player Gavin Daniels. Daniel died back in April due to an accidental shooting. Daniels would have been playing his senior night tonight. Now, these players making sure he is not forgotten in tonight's final home game. Standing by the jersey, that is Mark Daniels, his daddy. The daddy of Gavin Daniels, who did not want to be interviewed, but told me everyone in this community knows him, coming to every single football game and saying he is so thankful for the community comforting him when he needed it the most. Mark.
All right, Hannah. We thank you so much for that report and our thoughts and prayers with the family, all his friends, the Pioneer community. What a wonderful community it is. And you just hear about this a lot, Jim.
Yeah.
A heartache in a community, losing a youngster, and again, but they keep that young man's memory alive, bringing that jersey. right
Yeah,
out here.
You see a lot of that family within a small community like this, Mark, and it just kind of draws everybody together.
Here's the handoff, and Hayton will power his way into the end zone, and Wayne goes back on top here at Pioneer Field with 9:17 to go in the first half.
Yeah, Caden Hayden just barreling his way across the goal line, Mark, and unfortunately Jackson Fulton was the recipient of that contact there.
Well, the Pioneers had tried the 2-point conversion on the fire drill, and now this time I'm going to go for the kick again.
They initially lined up for the kick. I don't remember didn't see what happened. We'll see. Now we're going to get a timeout. Coach Harmon wants to call a timeout. He wants to really think this one over, Mark.
All right, and while he does that, let's head down to Hannah Klein, who is standing by with the Pioneer Cross Country crew.
All right, I appreciate you, Mark. So I wanted to come over here. We always talk about, obviously, football. We showcase the cheerleaders and the band. Let's talk a little bit about some cross country. Trent, you got to show me this trophy and talk a little bit about that.
This is the cross country regionals trophy. We got this because we got first place in cross country regionals. That was last Saturday. We all put in the biggest effort that we've ever done. We worked as a team to get here. And without these boys and Bella over here, we couldn't do anything. Bella got fourth. Was it fourth? She got fourth place as a girl. She was the only girl to qualify. And all of these boys, they helped get us here. Now we're going to go to state tomorrow, and we're going to try our butts off to win.
Bella, I'm going to come over to you. How's it feel to be with all of these boys?
It feels nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I bet.
I wish yeah.
Team. Oh, my goodness. I'm sure you have to put up with a lot.
Yeah, I do. I wish I had my other girls.
Yeah, that's okay. All right, what Trent was saying, I was like, okay, Trent, do you want to talk? And he said, but it's a team effort, so I want everybody to talk. How proud are you guys of, this team getting ready for tomorrow? Maybe preparations, talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're really proud. We've been working hard. We got the best cross-country coaches we could ask for. We got the best fans, so I'm just excited. It feels great having these guys behind us, having the support, and we're going to go to state, and I think we're going to show people what we're capable of tomorrow. So.
How can they watch you guys? Where can they show some?
You guys can watch us. I'm going to be live streamed from one of our coaches, Jeanette Ruthford or Colton Keener, and Rachel Ritchie. She should be sending videos out on Facebook. Or you can come out to Cabell Midland, is it? We're going to go out there. You can come out there and watch us. We run at 1:45. And you guys can come out there and watch us, support us. You can go anywhere.
Okay.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Of course. All right. Thank you.
All right, Mark, I'll send it back.
All right, Hannah, thank you so much. 11 plays, 80 yards, 4:54 off the clock. Caden Hayton takes it in, 2 yards out at the 9:17 mark. The 2-point try, no good. And Hayton talking there with head coach Tom Harmon. So it is a 12-8 Wayne advantage here. Another look at the touchdowns. He bursts his way into the end zone and politely hands that ball to the official.
Not only that, Mark, you don't see this on the replay because they'll probably stop it, but Caden Hayden goes over and pats the young sophomore on the shoulder pad and said, "Nice try, young man."
That was Jackson Fulton, who made a beautiful catch earlier. So a short kick here, and the Yellow Jackets. An opportunity here, but then Wayne will close quickly on the return for Williamstown. That was Trenton Hall, number 5. Trenton Hall is a 5'9", 148-pound sophomore. Wayne has a 39-19 playoff record. First playoff appearance was in 1978. So now the Yellow Jackets go back to work here. And keep in mind now that Wayne has missed two-point conversions, and here is the quarterback, Breck Allen, taking it to midfield to push him back. But in fact, looks like they may spot him in Wayne territory at the 49-yard line, and that is a Clay Center first down for the guys from Wood County. Third first down of the game for Williamstown. Another look here as Breck Allen faked the handoff and takes it for first down yardage.
Yeah, they gave the spot a yard past the line. I really felt like the momentum was right on the line to gain, but
Bolton in motion, and they get it to Jackson Kerr, and Kerr will have first down yardage, second consecutive first down for Williamstown. They are on the move. We thank Critical Power Management for our Expect power generator of tonight's game.
And, Mark, we'd featured Jackson Kerr in our pregame. We saw how elusive he can be, and he's explosive as well. He's got really great field vision whenever he's carrying the ball.
Well, again, he waited his turn, has great speed, very fast, track guy, and he can get in space. Had been a quarterback as well, and just trying to get all the good athletes on the field. And here's Fulton getting the handoff, and Fulton finding running room, and he's got a first down. Fulton takes it down to the 20-yard line before being knocked out of bounds. Another Clay Center first down for the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. Big chunks here for Williamstown,
They've
Jim.
been chunking that. When you got Fulton there rolling off the right side, he just takes the shoulder down and just kind of runs over the defensive back, gets another 5 or 6, perhaps 7 yards off of the point after contact.
8-yard pickup, and the handoff here, Kerr, the two guys that we highlighted before the game. Kerr gets the handoff, Hayton gets the tackle.
Yeah. Hayton looked a little bit like he maybe came up a little bit too quick looked like he was a little bit limping off of that ankle, but hope he's not hurt. He is a main cog for the Wayne Pioneers.
Loss of 1 on the play, so it's second down and 11. Football at the 21-yard line. Two great programs in very tough situation right now, this stage of the season. And here is Kerr finding daylight and taking it to the end zone. A 21-yard touchdown for the Williamstown Yellow Jackets and their standout, Jackson Kerr.
Yeah, really a nifty piece of running and blocking on that right side for the Yellow Jackets. And Jackson Kerr able to take that one all the way to the house.
Now Kerr coming in. Over 1,000 yards rushing this season. So the Yellow Jackets are back in front, and the two-point conversion, and it's good as Breck Allen takes it in. And Williamstown has answered, and they have a 4-point advantage here with 7:21 remaining in this opening half. So we will break away here at Pioneer Field in Wayne. Yellow Jackets go back in front on the touchdown by Jackson Kerr. Time for our West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program scoring summary. And for the Williamstown Yellow Jackets, a 21-yard scamper by Jackson Kerr. 5 plays, 60 yards, takes 1:56 off the clock. The 2-point conversion was good on the run by quarterback Breck Allen. And it's a 16-12 lead now for Williamstown. First ever meeting between Williamstown and Wayne. The West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program, just like every play counts on the field, every decision counts behind the wheel. Put the phone down, keep your eyes on the road. Don't drive distracted. Put it down, save a life. Time for another West Virginia State Building and Construction Trades kickoff where the future is forged. Carter Hoops with the kick. Gathered on the far side of the field by Jake Davis. There is a marker down.
I'm not going to say anything, Mark. I think I know what it is, but I've learned my lesson after 10 weeks to shut up.
Lance Eastham giving us the call there. Illegal block, and that will send the Pioneers back. And now they look to answer again, but just back and forth here, Jim, we go.
Well, we kind of expect that, Mark. Both teams are 3-5. Williamstown's 20th. Wayne's 21st. Both teams have given up more points than they've scored this year. Both teams have a lot of young kids. Both teams have young quarterbacks. So the only real difference that I see, the one coach, Chris Beck, is he only got 6 years in. Tom Harmon's got 30.
Football at the 13-yard line. Hand it off. And good maneuvering there by Wayne's Eli Haffer. Haffer came in 198 yards on the season, 37 carries, a couple of touchdowns. He's a very shifty guy, just a sophomore, 5'8", 145. He's got 6 catches on the season. He's also thrown the football this season. Hoosier got him out of bounds there. Hoosier, he's a tough customer. 18-yard pickup. Football at the 31. A good first down there for the Pioneers, and now they'll go up the middle here, and Wayman. And Wayman journeys to the, let's see where they mark, a 41-yard line, and he's going to pick up the first down. Another Clay Center first down. Clay Center bringing us our first downs in the second and fourth quarters of this Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University, the Clay Center, where science and art come alive.
Mark, I don't want to make this sound so eerie, but on a Halloween night, we're just really seeing a lot of mirror stuff. You notice Williamstown chunking a lot of yardage on their previous drive, and we're seeing the same thing out of the Wayne Pioneers.
In that bunched formation, and going to go with a new runner here, Dante Worrell. 43 carries on the season, 263, 2 touchdowns, a long of 39. He's a very talented young man. Thanks to Bulldog Graphics for the T-shirts at tonight's game that Hannah fires away in that gun. Great sponsors throughout this 2025 high school football season. Wayne, 186 yards of total offense, all coming on the ground. They'll keep it on the ground as Wayman goes straight up the gut there. Taken down by Colin Jones, who came in sophomore, 59 tackles on the season.
Mark, you got to think that he's a kid that's just a motor that doesn't stop. He's really a force on defense, and then he's also a kid that has a lot of responsibility on the offense, so he doesn't really come out of the game very often.
Colin Jones just does a great job. He has outstanding feet, according to Coach Beck, and here is Trey Hayton with the fake, and Hayton, the quarterback, I think just enough to get the Clay Center first down.
Yeah, that last lunge right before he went down, Mark was able to get him the first, move the sticks on down. They've already moved it to first down territory and on the positive side of the 50 for the Pioneers.
Jan Dills is proud to sponsor the streaming of tonight's FNR game on Facebook and YouTube. Injured in a car wreck, call Jan Dills, attorneys at law. We won't take no for an answer. Fresh set of downs here for the Wayne Pioneers. Caden Hayton romping for good yardage and goes down, just slips up there. What a nice run by this talented player. Takes it to the 34-yard line. So
nice great explosiveness at Mark. You see, I mean, he's 210 pounds, running like a 165, 70-pound kid. You wonder why colleges are so salivating over this young man.
He's a great linebacker. 15 yards on the pickup. Clay Center first down and back to work. And it will be Hayton again. And this time they will slow him up. Good job there by J.P. Strobel, the middle linebacker, number 20. Also, Jones was there again. J.P. Strobel, 6 foot 172, a freshman. An official's timeout here. Wayne, Jim, has been playing football since 1923. First game ever was against West Junior High.
Okay.
First win came, as they take a look at Carter Hoops there, first win was against Milton in 1925, and 1928 is when they played the first 10-game schedule. Down to our Hannah Klein here at Pioneer Field. Hannah?
All right, Mark. I heard you guys talking a little bit about Halloween, maybe some Halloween treats. So you know that's what I had to do. I'm right here with Mary. I'm on the opposite side of the field. This is the band's concession stand. Mary, I know I'm putting you on the spot right now. So we've been making up some sweet treats. What do we have?
Tonight we have caramel apple, and we have some parfaits, which I think they're honestly about sold out. Yeah. But we do still have caramel apples. We had soups earlier, which are also sold out. They're all gone. Before halftime, it's all gone. It's crazy.
I was trying to get the boys some snacks, and you were telling me, let's do some caramel apples. I think that'll be the best thing to do. Yeah. What's the money going towards directly?
This goes to our bands to help us out with our competitions, parades, all that stuff. We have to supply uniforms, buses, transportation, everything. So all of this helps fund our band and everything we do through the season.
And what I think is so cool is during the week, these band parents all get together and they go through a whole menu of what they're going to have for the week during the game. I missed the soups, though. That was potato soup, right?
We have potato and chicken noodle. And they're both gone, yeah.
All right, so I think I'm going to take some of these up to the boys, if that's okay. Okay. Absolutely. All right, Mary. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Mark?
All right, thanks, Hannah. And we thank Mary and all the great folks in all these communities. You know, Jim, you think about the product on the field, but there's so much going on behind the scene to make high school football so special. And speaking of special player here in Hayton, who is wrestled out of bounds there, making the stop for the Yellow Jackets was Mason Kern. Kern's a junior, 6 foot 162. But you think of the work that people put in, you know, to just help raise money, as Mary said, for, you know, various causes. You know, it takes a lot to outfit a player.
It sure does.
A lot to outfit a band member, cheerleaders, you name it. And but it is such a special night and such a special event. Teams are home. And here is the handoff, and this time around they are going to wrap up Wayman. Nowhere to go there. Colin Jones snipped that play out rather quickly.
Yeah, when you put the 8 guys in the box like that, it's kind of hard for those guys up front to, you know, start putting hats on helmets. You see they got all those guys up front. You see that corner blitz there coming in really caused all the havoc there from that Williamstown defense. That was that linebacker J.P. Strobel, a freshman, Mark.
So Wayne going to go for it here on 4th down. For it earlier and got the first down. 3:36 on a turning clock. 4th and 9. And the ball is loose, and pouncing on it for Williamstown will be Christian Hoosier.
And Mark, our first turnover of the game here happens with 3:29 left in the half.
Well, Christian Hoosier, just a junior. Not sure that Wayne was going to be successful in that 4th down. So they turn it over. Yellow Jackets now go back to work offensively. Jackson Kerr gets the call. Another look at the fumble there.
Yeah, never got the handoff to him. The timing was a little bit off. Haffer really was already by Trey Hayton before he had an opportunity to hand the ball off.
Jackson Kerr picking up 7 on the play. Think about Christian Hoosier's football lineage as Breck Allen gets the call. And I think going to be a little bit short there of the first down.
Yeah, Chris Beck not in really any real hurry, Mark. He does have a couple of timeouts there, and they're right at midfield. I see that a lot of the teams you see now, Mark, kind of the product of the way teams play and call. Instead of pinning a team deep, they're going to go out on 4th down. So shorter field for the Yellow Jackets.
3rd down and 1. Direct snap and first down yardage for Breck Allen. Back to Hoosier. Older brother Trevor, All-American at West Liberty. And Christian just physically gifted, 3'9" student. Again, he's the one who got the fumble recovery and is the reason Williamstown has the football. Clay Center first down. Williamstown now with 7 first downs in the game. Football resting at the 47-yard line. Wayne trying to get tough here on defense before the half ends and do a little strip drill there, but Breck Allen does a nice job hanging on to it. Jake Davis takes down the talented young quarterback for Williamstown. Hannah Klein busy down on the field, back with our T-shirt gun, and our T-shirt gun brought to you by the West Virginia Federal Credit Union. Experience the credit union difference. And that is Dan Carney. Again, he's our red hat tonight. You wouldn't know it.
Or in his case, a red toboggan.
Here is a pass and making the grab. What a beautiful throw and what a beautiful catch. And Williamstown, Breck Allen fires it, and Jenner Burge makes the grab. Boy, we have seen a couple of beauties by Breck Allen, and he has laid it right in there. Had one earlier to Jackson Fulton. And then how about this one? And Jenner Burge right in stride. Pretty good coverage too, Jim, but he did get a step on the defenders.
He did get a step, and he split the seam between the two defenders, and Breck Allen put that one right on the money, Mark.
Clay Center first down. And we have whistle and going to be timeout. Wayne, a 35-yard grab there by Jenner Burge. Well, we talked about great players at Williamstown High School, and of course we talked about David Morris, who was a Kennedy Award winner. We'll talk later about a Kennedy Award winner from Williamstown, but one of the all-time greats for the Yellow Jackets, Jeff Deem, a guy, Jim, we both had the good fortune of knowing. Jeff passing away a few years ago, battle of cancer, but he went to WVU, and he was a great, great player for the early Don Neyland teams. And, talking with Jeff, he was just so humble and just a tremendous guy. Not too many guys that could say, I intercepted a pass against Dan Marino.
That's right.
I intercepted a pass against Doug Flutie.
Yeah. I mean, you went from wearing the W in Williamstown to the flying WV for West Virginia.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Big Jeff. We may say many thanks to State Equipment for the lift at tonight's game. And that Wayne defense needing a lift here, trying to keep Williamstown out of the end zone. Breck Allen is 4 for 4 passing in the game.
And to your point, Mark, Wayne, the Pioneers won the toss and got the ball to start the game. So Williamstown will start the third quarter. So this could be a 2-for-1.
Hand it off up the middle. And that is going to be a Williamstown touchdown. Haven't heard much from Jack Moore in this game, but Moore gets the carry, another sophomore, and takes it in his second touchdown of the season. And Williamstown has stretched the lead out to 10 here.
And just some good power running, good blocking there up front for those front five on the offense. We talked about them, Mark. You've got, a sophomore, 2 seniors, and 2 juniors. So you got a lot of youth coming back.
Breck Allen gets the call, and Allen will keep it himself into the end zone for the touchdown. After the Moore TD, a 2-point conversion, and it's a 24-12 game here. And into the end zone goes Breck Allen. Another look at it there.
There's the Jack Moore, the sophomore, barreling that one in the end zone to put the Yellow Jackets to double up on the Pioneers as we're closing in on the end of the first half.
Scoring summary, 6 plays, 61 yards, 239.
Mark, what makes it difficult for Wayne is, barring a really spectacular kickoff return, they have basically spent every single play on the ground. So, and not necessarily a throwing team at this point, more explosive from the ground than they are in the air.
Carter Hoops with the kickoff. Our kickoffs sponsored by the West Virginia State Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
That was certainly not probably what Coach Harmon was looking for there, to take the ball on the 20 rather than try to bring it out, because every single time they've done that, barring the penalties, they've gotten past the 30. So that would have been a better start for the Pioneers.
Interim, our officials tonight, the referee, Lance Easton, the umpire, Tyler Markham, the line judge, Michael Lemons, the head linesman is Phil Porter the second, field judge, Tyler Michael, and Cole Kiley is the side judge. So Wayne goes to work here, trailing now 24-12 against Williamstown. Pioneers want to go to the air and right in the arms. Trey Hayton fired it to Jake Davis. There's a flag down right at midfield, and Davis went down hard.
Yeah, Breck Allen was doing the coverage, the sophomore quarterback playing defensive back. Kind of looked like a center fielder out there, but there was some contact on that sideline, Mark. We'll see what the flag has.
Now Wayne moving toward midfield. Another look at it here as Trey Hayton showing off the arm. And young quarterback, great effort, great coverage, but a penalty flag does come out. So put the football at the 35. It's a Clay Center first down. Trey Hayton, the QB, and Fisher Fry was an excellent quarterback. Taking over and handing it up the middle, and not much doing there for Jaden Wayman.
Interesting to see if Coach Harmon will call a timeout. He's got 2 of them in his pocket, Mark. Obviously, he can't carry him over into the second half.
Coach Harmon, close to a lot of coaches, and definitely our Mick Price, who's done a lot of FNR games with us, who affectionately called Coach Harmon Tommy Harmon.
Yeah.
So 2nd down and 7. Football at the 38. Swinging it to the far side. And that was Haffer, the ball carrier. He's knocked out. He's got the red on black here. He's going to make sure who got the call.
A little difficult with the black, with the red numbers, with the white trim, because the numbers are not excessively large.
Well, you should have seen the jerseys of Coastal Carolina last night in combat.
I don't know what was that, like a palm tree or something, Mark? Is that what that was on the jersey?
We just really haven't figured that out to this point.
I thought I saw a palm tree, and I'm like, that's really. I hope that's not a palm tree.
3rd down 1. Ball loose. Trey Hayton picks it up, and nice heads-up play by the youngster. The ball came out, and that will do it here for this first half of action. Time expires, and the Williamstown Yellow Jackets journey into the locker room first appearance on Friday Night Rivals, and they lead the Wayne Pioneers here at Pioneer Field by a count of 24-12. And that was the final play of the first half, and Hannah Klein joins Chris Beck over across the way. Take it away, Hannah.
All right, Mark, I appreciate you. Coach, an impressive start to your first half. Let's talk a little bit about that performance.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job offensively, getting on blocks, staying on blocks, controlling the line of scrimmage. First drive, we got a little trouble there on second short, giving up a sack. Besides that, offensively, been good. Defensively, we started to tighten up a little bit. The first two drives were a struggle for us, stopping their run game. So we've got to get that slowed down, keep going on offense, no turnovers. Probably need to be ready for an onside kick here in the second half. But good effort from our guys. Hopefully we can finish.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
All right, thank you so much, Hannah. A 24-12 lead for the visiting Williamstown Yellow Jackets. First ever meeting between these two championship programs, Williamstown and Wayne. 12-point advantage at the break for the Jackets. Time now for our Huntington Mall halftime report.
Hey, everybody. I've got Chris Miller at Dutch Miller Kia. You're helping us out this year, Chris. What made you get on board?
And so we absolutely love high school athletics. We absolutely love giving back to the community. And the simple fact that we can be involved and help all of these different athletic programs all around the state, I mean, how would you not want to do that? It's high school football season. It's going to be so much fun. We could watch kids compete and also give back to the community and make sure that these programs have enough resources to take care of these kids.
What you're giving is going to make a difference, and it's going to make some athletic department just that much better.
Yeah, we're all in the scramble to make sure and have enough resources to take care of our kids. And we look at it like our job at Dutch Miller Automotive is that we believe that our business has a symbiotic relationship with the community, that it's privileged enough to do business in. And when we do well, we want to make sure the community does well. So we're always doing everything that we can to give back and make sure that we're able to do the fun things we like high school football.
The educators hear it, the parents hear it, the players hear it. We all want to know, where do you keep that checkbook with that big 5-foot check?
So we do have big, long checkbooks, big, huge, checkbooks we give away for presentations too. They're around.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, Chris Miller. Very, very good to work with you, and it's a proud situation for Dutch Miller to be in.
It really is. We're honored to take part. We can't wait to watch these kids compete. It's going to be an awesome high school football season, and you guys get ready, buckle your shin straps. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Let's play ball.
Well, this is a halftime interview brought to you by Kia Dutch Miller. I'm right here with Miss Ross, the principal of Wayne High School. So excited. A little cold out here tonight, but we're so excited.
Cold, yes, it is.
And then $500 going to you guys. How exciting is this?
Yes, we are so excited. We have so many plans for it. We are going to update a few things for our kids. They get an hour lunch now. So we're thinking some TVs or some outdoor sports activities and see how far it'll go.
So we're nearing in on the end of the season. Did it already feel like that?
It has flown by. It is crazy, and we've not had the year we've hoped, but our kids have had fun, and they've worked hard, and that's what we look for.
Again, at $500 going to Wayne High School. This is a halftime interview brought to you by Kia Dutch Miller.
In the stat column through the air, Wayne has not.
You know, Wayne, not much of a threat. They only threw one time and had a PI and ended up not counting as a completion. But, you know, Wayne's really got to do a good job this third quarter to stop this momentum that the Jackets have. So if they can get the ball back and get back into this game with a score, we're going to have a dandy in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Pioneers need to get a stop here in this first possession by Williamstown, as the Yellow Jackets will have the football to begin play here in this third quarter. Wayne with 12 first downs to 8 for Williamstown. Rushing yards, 217 for the Pioneers, but again, no yards through the air. So they have the yardage total, but they trail on the scoreboard on a 3-minute edge in time of possession.
Yeah, Mark, it's really important that Coach Harmon's probably made some adjustments at halftime to try to get these kids to get a stop here against the Yellow Jackets to get them going. Now, that's kind of the start you're looking for if you're Wayne. Got a bobble there at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Dominic Thomas on the receiving end there. Williamstown will have the football. And they'll spot it at the 30-yard line.
I'm sure you're going to see a heavy dose of ball on the ground, having a 12-point lead for the Jackets.
Hand off and get it to Kerr, and they're going to have to slow this guy down. They may not be able to on this opening play of the third quarter. Jackson Kerr is going to journey 70 yards. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, Mark, when you see that, when you look at that and you see that that's a holding penalty against the Jackets, but it negates a 70-yard run. So when you look at it penalty-wise, you're talking about an 80-yard penalty differential against the Yellow Jackets. That's big.
Lance Eastham is our referee. So Williamstown will go at it again. A big break there for Wayne. And the pass, and Moore can't hang on to it as Breck Allen unleashes in the direction of Moore.
Yeah, Moore, I think, probably got a little bit confused, Mark, thinking he was closer to the sidelines. He was trying to, drag his feet and bring both feet in bounds and kind of stretch out there. But he had lots of real estate over there on that edge on the sideline.
First incompletion for Breck Allen. 4-5 in the contest, and Allen going to keep it. Allen finds an opening. Breck Allen on the move and will be finally brought down. Touchdown, saving tackle, Eli Haffer. And that is a Bridge Valley first down. Bridge Valley sponsoring our first downs here in the third quarter. Bridge Valley Community and Technical College, find your path.
A great run there by Breck Allen, the sophomore, getting them into positive territory against the Pioneers, and they're on the move again.
Hand it off, and turning the corner, Jackson Kerr, and Kerr has another Bridge Valley first down, and not going down easily. There is a flag down. A couple of big runs here by Williamstown.
The initial call, Mark, from referee Easton was a personal foul against the Yellow Jackets, again negating a very, very nice run on first down.
In Lance Easton, joined by Tyler Markham, who's the umpire, Michael Lemons, the line judge, Phil Porter the second, the head linesman, Phil Judge, Tyler Michael, and Cole Kiley is the side judge. So that's a 15-yard penalty, and that will shove them back. So after our West Virginia State Building and Construction Trades kickoff by Wayne, Williamstown's had some big runs, but a couple negated. Kerr again, trying to swing it to the outside, and he maintains his footing down the sideline. Boy, they had him, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, Kerr just showed that kind of speed he had there, being pursued pretty heavily by Wayman, the defensive end. He was just able to just belly it out a little bit further and turn the corner and get that stutter step. Really helped him get that additional yardage.
You know, you being an old track coach, you know, speed means so much. This kid is a trackster.
And, Mark, that's something you really can't simulate in a practice. You just got to go through it at game time.
Came in with 1,200 yards rushing. Second down, 19. Breck Allen rolls. He's got time, looking, fires, and in and out, and an interception by Wayne. Pioneers football.
J.P. Stropel, Mark, the freshman, coming up with, I'm sorry, not J.P. Stropel. That one was John Justice.
Justice is served for Wayne. Another look at it here, Jim.
Yeah, he's still a freshman. We got the freshman part of it right. Justice right through the hands, and good eye concentration there by Justice. Boy, he's happy to stop that drive.
5'2", 210 pounds. So now big break here for Wayne. Just what they needed. That was the message from Tom Harmon at halftime. No question about it. We've got to have a stop. We cannot let them get 3 scores ahead. And so now the situation turns to the offense, and what can they do? 2nd and 10, no gain on the play. Football at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, especially since Williamstown was pretty much having her way with 2-point conversions. So that's been a big difference as well.
Here's the handoff. Haffer trying to make something happen, and Haffer with a flag coming out. Haffer is still on his feet. He has the first down. Haffer not going down easily. Outstanding effort by Haffer, but flag back at the 29-yard line.
Yeah, pretty good chance that one's against the Pioneers, and it is.
Mentioned that Wayne been playing football since 1923. Williamstown started playing football in 1913. Haffer had a lot of white jerseys waiting on him.
He did a lot of nice shifting there from Haffer to get a lot of good positive yards there on what appeared to be nothing around the edge.
In the first half, I mentioned that Williamstown, with the Kennedy Award winner in Rick Petty, had a chance to talk to Rick prior to the game tonight. That was kind of neat. We'll get to that in a moment. And we touched upon David Morris, the Kennedy Award winner for Wayne. And here is Hayton. And Hayton gets away from one tackler, hurdles another, and another flag comes out. That one at the 35-yard line.
I didn't see much on that. They're going to call yet another holding, second consecutive holding call against the Pioneers. As it takes looking here on the edge, the only where it would be right. Oh, there it is. That's pretty easy. Yeah, when I say I didn't see it, that means I didn't really see it. I must have been Ray Charlesing that one.
So that's going to move the football back to the 24-yard line.
You know, the thing about
I
that,
guess
Mark,
25.
You know, excuse me, the thing about that, Mark, is, you know, he really didn't need to even put hands on him. As you could see Caden Hayden, you know, being able to do what he's been able to do this game.
Second down, Trey Hayden looking to throw, fires it up, and well out of reach of Haffer. That'll bring up third down. So Wayne started in 1923. Williamstown started playing football in 1913. Mentioned that Wayne didn't have a full 10-game schedule until 1928. Williamstown did not have a full 10-game schedule until 1957.
Wow.
Third down, 17. Football at the 25. Handed off, and Caden Hayden rips through the line, still on his feet, and has first down yardage to the 48-yard line. Big rip. 27-yard pickup for Caden Hayden. A Bridge Valley first down.
Yeah, really nice job of sealing there on the nose guard, and you see Hayden doing the rest of it, just refusing to go down, trying to get that extra yards for the first down. What an exceptional run by that young man.
Boy, and did Wayne ever need that to keep this drive alive? Fresh set of downs for the black-clad Pioneers here at Pioneer Field on senior night, Halloween night here in Wayne County. And bouncing off there, good job by Wayman, but boy, then he is taken down. Good job by Hoops to come up and make the stop for the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, he came out of the game early, right there toward the end of the second half, Mark. I think it was a contact issue. Boys made up for it here with a nice tackle for loss.
So it'll be second down and 13. Wayne led it 6-0. Williamstown took an 8-6 lead. Wayne came back in the second quarter up 12-8. Then it was Williamstown a 16-12 edge, and then got another TD and a two-point conversion. Trey Hayden firing, and the ball incomplete in the direction of Wayman.
Now that was really a good developed play, Mark. If he would have if Trey Hayden would have taken his time just a little bit, he tried to rush that pass. And the receiver who was in the slot should have settled a little bit rather than run on down through the field.
Caden Hayden is 6'3", 210. He is a senior. Trey Hayden, 6', 210. He is a freshman. 210-pounders in your kitchen. Wayman, he got away momentarily and then taken down. And it is a tackle by Jack Moore, the sophomore.
Yeah, he couldn't get away from Moore. Moore did a good job of keeping him off the edge. I'm sure that the Pioneers are going to have to punt this one away, Mark.
Unfortunate that Wayne could not keep this drive alive. Had that great run by Caden Hayden, but he will have to step back into punt formation. Trey is the long snapper. You got Cunningham back deep. And then goes off the side of the foot of Caden Hayden. They'll down it at the 39-yard line. And let's head down to Hannah Klein.
All right, Mark. So it's Halloween, so the student section is not as full as it usually is. But I'm right here with Courtney. She's a senior right here at Wayne High School. So excited to see you. Talk a little bit about your future plans. Does it feel like you're a senior already?
No, it doesn't. I feel like I've been in high school for 2 years. I feel like it went so fast. After high school, I plan on going to a college. I'm really not sure yet, but I'm planning on continuing my athletic and academic career. I'm planning on joining a pre-med program and eventually becoming a doctor.
I love it. I'm going to put you on the spot. Favorite memory from high school?
Oh.
This one right now, duh. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right now, right here. Honestly, going to the state tournament with my team, we made state tournament appearances my freshman, sophomore, and junior year in volleyball. So, yeah, those are my favorite for sure.
Okay. Now, these two girls over here, Garrett, if you can show them, they didn't want to talk. They're sophomores. But I'm sorry. I saw these confetti blasters before I leave you guys. Can we shoot these off? Shoot it up. All right, Mark, I'll send it back to you.
All right, good times on a Friday night here, and we are back to Pioneer Field in a moment on our Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University. Well, it is Halloween night. Not a full moon, but pretty darn close.
Close enough.
Beautiful shot here as Williamstown takes over. They lead 24-12. 7:35 to go in the third. And our Glenville State University starting lineup: Breck Allen, Jackson Moore, Jackson Kerr, Jackson Fulton. Jackson Moore. He goes by Jack. And here is Allen firing, and there's going to be a flag coming out on that. Well, they got the interception a moment ago, and unfortunate for Wayne, they're going to be hit with a penalty there. Pass interference. Braden McCormill was on the coverage there, 6'1" sophomore.
Kind of unfortunate, Mark. That ball was really flown over the receiver's head. Probably not much of an opportunity to catch it. However, you can't tackle the receiver before the ball gets there.
Football at the 46. First down and 10. Handed off, and Jackson Kerr tripped up momentarily, but kept going, and then finally he is brought down. Ashton Walker, the outside linebacker. 3 interceptions coming in to the game tonight.
See, Mark, the things that you don't see, Caden Hayton was the one that tripped him up, that slowed Kerr down to where they could get the edge on him. Otherwise, he's going to chunk off 9 or 10 on that right edge.
Walker, just a tough player, according to Tom Harmon. And here is Breck Allen keeping the football, and Allen. Well, he talked about his older brother, Ricky, and just how great of a runner he was. And Breck Allen came into the game 340-yard rushing.
You know, Mark, he's just going to improve, like I said, with every game he plays. He's just a sophomore. He's going to get stronger as he gets older, more mature, have more opportunities for him to see all kinds of formations.
Third down and 2. Hand into the hands of Breck Allen, and Allen just kept it himself. No handoff required. Jan Dills is proud to sponsor the streaming of tonight's FNR game on Facebook and YouTube. Injured in a car wreck, called Jan Dills Attorneys at Law. We won't take no for an answer. Another first down for the Yellow Jackets. Bridge Valley first down. 11 first downs in the game for the Yellow Jackets, and here is Kerr.
And Kerr off left side. That previous play, Mark, has got a lot of success because when they ran the blitz, Hayton blitzed the gap on the right, and they chose the gap on the left.
Kerr picks up 7 on the play.
Well, if ever this Pioneer defense would need a turnover, it would be about right now.
You got one earlier here in this third quarter of play, but they were unable to capitalize. Breck Allen going to fire and shoots it in the direction of Jackson Fulton. And there is a penalty flag coming out. Well, while we have a moment, we talked about David Morris being the only Kennedy Award winner. Pioneer's going to be hit with the defensive penalty. Let's talk about the Kennedy Award winner for Williamstown as we take another look at it here. And how about Rick Petty? And what a player he was. There is Rick Petty. 2,000 yards rushing, Jim. In the 71 season, and Jackson Kerr, who came in with 1,000 yards, and he is taken out of bounds. Wayman made the stop. Rick Petty, talked to him tonight. 8 games, 2,000 yards. Missed a couple. Jackson Kerr went to the University of Kentucky after his great Williamstown career.
The Yellow Jackets knocking on the door again, Mark, inside the 5-yard line.
2nd and 3. Breck Allen awaits the snap. Hands it to Kerr, and Kerr will turn it up, and Kerr will take it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Kerr made that one look awful easy going around the right side. They had the numbers on the edge, Mark. Was able to dance it into the end zone pretty easily for Jackson Kerr, the senior.
Well, it was a good job there by that Williamstown offense. After Wayne got the turnover, but they couldn't get it in, and then you got Kerr scoring. 2-point conversion is good, and it's now a 32-12 lead for Williamstown.
Yeah, just kind of a jet sweep there, Mark, with a lot of really good blocking there up front from Miles Flanagan, Christian Hoosier, Blake Brown, Cullen Jones, Gavin Martin. Those guys are doing their job tonight.
Our West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program scoring summary. 6 plays, 61 yards, 2:30 off the clock. 5:05 remaining in the third. And one thing for Williamstown, they've been perfect on 2-point conversions.
Yeah, they add another touchdown there. You think, they've gotten touchdowns, but 2-point conversions every time they've scored. That's an extra 8 points there to go with their touchdown. So,
time for a West Virginia State Building and Construction Trades kickoff, where the future is Forge Carter Hoops. Puts his right foot into it. Picked up by Haffer. And Haffer has some daylight. Eli Haffer makes the move. Haffer to the 10, the 5, and Haffer with the touchdown. And is there a flag down?
There is a flag, Mark. What an excellent effort by Eli Haffer, Mark.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Scoops it up and goes through traffic and then turns on the Jets, Jim.
This guy did a really, Haffer made a nice job of cutting and then turning on the Jets again, kind of put that ball up there at the 5. But, and what an unfortunate break there for the Pioneers.
Just a sophomore. The guy, Tom Harmon, can definitely build upon for the future. He's got a lot of young guys, too.
Here's that replay again. I saw the flag was over on the edge.
Well, down 20. And, boy, what a lift that would have been for Wayne.
Absolutely.
Now they'll try to do it the old-fashioned way with the offense. I'm telling you what, these kids are gritty.
Yeah, there's no give up. There's no quit in these guys. They just want to keep pounding it out and try to establish that line of scrimmage. These 5 up front guys doing a pretty good job. Garrett Adkins, Scott Brunning, Eli Richards, Kobe Jackson, Armando Batista.
Tom Harmon said that Wayman, pound for pound, strongest guy on the team, that high energy and just bouncing off white jersey defenders there. Trey Hayton will hand it to his older brother. Turns the corner and a nice move and a powerful run by Caden Hayton, and may have some additional yardage coming up here. We'll see what the call is after Hayton goes out of bounds. Caden Hayton with a great run.
Yeah, Hayton did a really nice job of lowering his shoulder and getting some extra yardage. And then we had the personal foul against the Jacket defense after the play. They're going to tack on some additional yardage there. Really nice block there by Wayman.
Caden Hayton was on the run there. Yeah.
And Wayman had the block on the edge to free Hayton on the corner.
Our T-shirt gun is brought to you by the West Virginia Federal Credit Union. Experience the credit union difference. Hannah firing away there in her blaze orange.
Well, I was really happy that Dan stepped away on that firing away.
Trey Hayton. Not much running room there. Christian Stahl, sophomore, makes the stop for Coach Chris Beck's crew.
We'll be happy that young man will be back next year along with Christian Hoosier, who's a junior at the defensive end on that right side.
I think it's more about who's not going to be back for the Yellow Jackets of Williamstown. Of course, Terry Smith just did such a marvelous job guiding the program. Chris Beck was a young guy that learned under one of the best. And here's Caden Hayton. And he grinds for as much as he can. Going to be tackled there by Jackson Fulton.
You have to know, Mark, these kids are in shape. They're really not leaving the field. They play defense. They play offense. Caden Hayton is carrying the ball a lot this game. He's got hands all over him, all over the ball, and he still manages to hang on to it. Really nice job by that young man.
Wayne breaking the huddle.
There's a formation we haven't seen.
Eli Richards out over the football. Trey Hayton fires, and it's going to be intercepted there by Jackson Fulton. Flags are out. Fulton will race to the 47-yard line.
Now they're going to bring this one probably back a little bit. There was some extracurricular activity well past the interception. We'll see what the officials have.
We may have an injured player now up over on the far side for Wayne. And that's Wayman. Another look at it here, Jim.
Yeah, he's getting pressure. Hayton was, and he just kind of launched that one probably a little further than he wanted to. And we'll see a little bit of that holding there after the pick by the Jackets.
2:04 to go here in this third quarter of play. Williamstown with the football, and they will mark it at the 5-yard line.
I believe this would be clearly the worst field position by either team to start a drive. this game. I don't think we've had any 95-yard scoring drives.
And Jack Moore will be on the call there. Marco's Pizza to the booth. Marco's Pizza is the delivery of the game, satisfying the FNR booth tonight and every night. Great to have those folks on board here for our Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University. Jim Mahan, Hannah Klein, our great crew, Mark Martin. Delighted you could be with us here on a chilly night in Wayne, West Virginia. Fulton makes the catch, and he is tackled, and then a flag comes out. And we'll see who it's against.
Yeah, it's getting a little chippy here in the game, Mark. Every time you get on the edge, you've got somebody that's slinging somebody to the ground or somebody that's holding somebody. We'll see what this call is.
They'll sort it out here. We'll go against the Yellow Jackets. Well, if you're Williamstown, you know you just need to play it safe here. If you're Wayne, maybe get a little aggressive here, and you know, if you can hold them here and make them punt the football away,
you got a really good chance of getting good field position inside their 50. I mean,
no question.
You know, no doubt about it. They just need to play smart football and keep the ball in front of them, and sure tackle right here. I mean, this is definitely, I would think, a throwing down. However, when you have a 20-point lead with 57 seconds to go in the third quarter, they're not likely to throw it here. They're more than likely going to, well, they're going to take a timeout. That's what they're going to do, Mark.
I'd like to thank Critical Power Management for our Expect Power generator at tonight's game. We go back to the championship seasons for Wayne, or playing for championships, and they were gunning for 3 in a row in the snow at Wheeling Island Stadium, taking on the Bridgeport Indians. And what a classic game that turned out to be. Bridgeport would come away victorious that night, 14-13. And it's just an unbelievable scene there on the island. They had defeated Point Pleasant. They had defeated Kaiser in 11-12, and that was the 2013 state championship. And Jared Harrell is back with us tonight on camera, and he was the gentleman who shot that video.
Is that right?
For us at WCHS. And he was wearing shorts. And he's wearing shorts tonight.
Well, yeah,
and he was wearing shorts with me in Dallas at the heart of Dallas Bowl.
Well, we had that 4 or 5 inches of snow there up in Wheeling, and didn't seem to affect him. We don't have any snow down here in Wayne County, but it's getting a little chilly up on the top of this press box.
You know, Jared, one of the all-time greats, and one thing I can say about Jared is that he not only was a great photographer, he loves to drive. And he and I drove 15 straight hours to Dallas, and he drove the entire way.
That's
and
impressive.
the entire way back home. It was great for me.
I
got in a lot of sleep.
Got some sleep in. You get a little bit tonight, too.
He stayed hyped up on orange slices. He loved those orange slices.
I'll chauffeur you back to the station, Mark.
All right, Williamstown with the football.
Yeah, as they make a liar out of me.
Breck Allen fires, and boy, just what Wayne did not need. Jenner Burge with the big catch, and then yards after the catch for a Bridge Valley first down. Jenner Burge, the 6'1", 183-pound senior.
Yeah, really good setup there. Although honestly, Mark, one of the linemen for Williamstown was about 9 yards downfield, but they didn't catch it.
27-yard pickup, and here's Jackson Kerr bouncing it to the outside, and then Kerr finally taken down. Tackle made by John Justice, who had that interception earlier, and seconds are going to wind down here, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. It is Williamstown 32, and it is Wayne 12 here. Away we go to the fourth quarter. And don't forget, coming up after the game, our school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. 12 minutes to go, and it's a lead of 32-12 for the Yellow Jackets of Williamstown over the Wayne Pioneers here on our Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University. Well, one of the great events centering around Halloween in the tri-state area, the Pumpkin House in Canova, Jim. It is absolutely spectacular.
Brings people in from not only West Virginia, but all over the tri-state area, for sure. I don't know how many they have, but thousands.
They did an FNR pumpkin for us one year. It was
cool.
Phenomenal. There's John Yost with the drone. John's shot so many wonderful pictures for us with the drone throughout this FNR season. And now doing himself once again there with a video from the Canova Pumpkin House.
Mark, you'd mentioned this earlier, but this is our 10th FNR game of the night, or of the year, and it's our first game on grass of the year. Kind of an anomaly here on Halloween night.
And they got beautiful soft Bermuda grass here at Pioneer Field. Breck Allen will fire it away. And while I have a moment, Jim, and we talk about the FNR season goes by so fast. We were there on a steamy night in Pomeroy for that Eastern Megs game. That Eastern team, by the way, made the playoffs in Ohio playing tonight. Jason Jackson, former Ravenswood standout, doing a marvelous job there with the Eagles. They're down 3, football at the 37. And here's Allen, and Allen will have first down yardage. Breck Allen still on the move. There is a penalty flag out as Breck Allen takes it down to the 30-yard line. I think that one is coming back. But our crew with Butch Mounts, Michelle Carroll, Matt Sampson, Levi Barnhart, Brian Shepard, Rob Francis, Kaylee Stark, Robert Valencia, Zane Townsend, Jared Harrell, Jason Frame, Garrett Lester, Hannah Klein, Dan Carney, Robert Stegall. Makes such a special Friday night each and every Friday during the high school football season. Those folks all the hard work they do. Jim, great being with you once again this season.
As always, an honor, Mark, and you really get to know all those folks that you talked about. And what people don't see, they might hear what we say or see the shots or whatever, but there's an awful lot of work behind the scenes that goes on.
And I better not forget our good buddy Todd Chevalier. Todd had to fill in a couple games for you, Jim, and he did an outstanding job. Boy, what a nice grab there for Williamstown. Mason Kern. Kern had 26 grabs coming into the game.
And a textbook there, Mark. You being a receiver, catch it with your hands exactly like you're supposed to. Of course, that's the previous play.
And Todd Chevalier, by the way, I want to congratulate him. He was inducted into the West Virginia chapter of the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Todd was a longtime wrestling official.
And Mark, want to do a shout out to a former Red Devil neighbor of mine, the superintendent in Wayne County, Todd Alexander.
Yeah.
Got to say hello to my young friend out there.
4th and 5, and going to be Breck Allen with the great fake, and Allen will travel to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, what a lot of people are thinking, how come, Williamstown's churning up these chunk yardage? Well, I don't think people realized how long Wayne's defense has been on the field and how many offensive plays Williamstown has had, and it's been a lot tonight.
Jake Davis made the tackle, but a fresh set of downs. Clay Center first down for the Jackets, and Jack Moore. He journeys for close to first down yardage, so mark him just a bit short. Although I don't think, unless something happens here, we ever see overtime. We always like to look at those overtime numbers, and Williamstown has not had that many overtime games, just 6 in school history.
Well, not very many.
But 2 of them have been in triple overtime. One was for a state championship, and they had 3 others that were 2 overtime games. That triple overtime state championship victory against St. Mary's back in 2014. What a classic that was at Wheeling Island Stadium, 33-32. Each team with 15 first downs. We're heading down to our Hannah Klein here following this play. Clay Center first down once again for the Yellow Jackets. Keep it going. Breck Allen will shoot it out, and the catch will be made. Nice little grab again by Jenner Birds. Let's take it down to Hannah.
We're just so proud of every single one of you guys. I wanted to show you guys. You want to smile for me. Jim Mahan and Mark Martin right there. And, of course, Robert Valencia, some of my favorite people right there. Robert Segal. I'm just so proud of all of you guys. It's always the behind-the-scenes crew that works so hard on these games. Michelle Carroll, Matt Sampson, so proud of every single one. Garrett, that works my camera behind me. Kaylee, everybody who is working the camera, doing everything. Last 3 years have been a part of this, and I'm truly so proud of every single one of you and call you guys my family. So last game right here for Friday Night Rivals. Mark, I'll send it back.
Well, we don't know, Hannah, how you're going to make it without your vanilla Tootsie Rolls that Jim has brought for 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
He had to take a break. He had to go out of the country for a couple of weeks. But he stocked up. All right, handoff here. Jackson Kerr, and Kerr journeys for the 26-yard touchdown. Williamstown has pulled away here, Jim.
Yeah, just a lot of dominance on the line, and then you got Jackson Kerr's been running the ball. Of course, Breck Allen's been running the ball. They've been throwing the ball successful as well. Pretty much what they wanted to do tonight. Coach Beck's his game plan has worked out perfectly for his team.
Williamstown will play at home next week against Scott. Saw the Skyhawks twice this season. Allen will fake the handoff. Allen wants to throw. He will be taken down. Good job by the defense of the Wayne Pioneers, and Wayman takes him down. Good job by that young man right there who has played his heart out tonight and Here is the touchdown run by Jackson Kerr, the senior, helping to lead the way here tonight. 8:58 to go, and we return to Pioneer Field in a moment on our Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week, presented by Glenville State University.
We got some speed.
Hey, everybody. Road Trip and Terry Burhans. We're at the West Virginia Federal Credit Union in South Charleston, and I'm with Nick Arvon. He's the CEO here, and Linda Duncan. You're the one that answers all the questions. Thank you for helping us with Friday Night Rivals. What does it make you feel like when you know you're helping the community and helping out sport like this?
It's always great to help others.
Yeah.
Together, we always make a difference, and we're just trying to make a difference.
West Virginia Federal Credit Union here in South Charleston. Another location is, where's your second location?
St. Albans.
St. Albans. You guys have decided to be part of our sponsorship here for this football game. Did you have experience, either of you, with sports? Did you play ball when you were in school?
I did.
Nice.
Yep.
Were you a cheerleader?
Long time ago.
I wasn't a cheerleader, but I played tennis.
Oh, good for you. Got some good, strong forearms, I bet you still.
Yes.
This is something that helps our Friday Night Rivals, and you guys are helping out so much. It's a wonderful thing to be a partner with you and so many of our folks. You can see them on the T-shirts. I think we're going to be doing some T-shirts with you guys.
Yes.
Nice. So this is a community event. You guys help a lot. You ask the community to help. It used to be a company, but now it's all open to the community.
Yes, we're open to people who live or work in a 6-county area, from South Charleston all the way to Huntington.
You see neighbors. You see people that you live around that come in and you help them with their credit process.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, we do. We want them to come and experience a credit union difference with us.
Say hi to Linda and say hi to Nick when you visit with them. Hey, we're going to go. Let's together. We'll say, now back to you at the ball game. We're going to say that together in 3, 2, 1.
Now back to you at the ball game.
Back here at Pioneer Field in Wayne, 13 plays, 94 yards, 5:06 off the clock. Jackson Kerr scoring another touchdown for the Williamstown Yellow Jackets.
Mark, I guess they must have heard me. I was talking earlier about I don't think we've had a 94-yard drive, and I guess Williamstown decided, I guess we're going to have to change that a little bit.
And the kick going to be scooped up by Haffer. Check that. Jake Davis makes the return and will take it to the 39-yard line. So the Pioneers take over here with 8:48 to go. Blake Brown. And wide open. Catch made. And a flag will come out. Wayman, 61-yard strike from Trey Hayton to Wayman.
I don't really know what they would call.
Well, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty. You know, you have the celebration a little bit too much.
It'll be on the kickoff, assessed on the kickoff after the touchdown. I think there was some waving or taunting or something, it appeared, on that reception.
Yeah, Hayton showing off the big arm here.
Yeah.
Had time, and boy, Wayman just got behind everyone. You know what they always say, just get into the end zone and score it. And I tell you what, Breck Allen, he still chased him down and made the tackle there, but into the end zone. So it's 38-18.
Mark, we were talking about Wayne not having any passing yards. Boy, they certainly erased that.
Hayton lofting it up, and coverage there by Cunningham. Davis was the intended receiver, but the Pioneers on the board. It was a quick scoring drive. Our West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program scoring drive. Just one play, 61 yards. Williamstown will now
Mark, that's how
have
to
the
get some,
return team ready to go.
That's how to get some positives here. You know, I mean, one of these teams is really going to try to battle to get 5-5. Both of them are 3-5. They're going to have to win their last two. We know that Williamstown's going to go to Scott, and Wayne's going to go to Sissonville. But, you know, obviously one of these teams have an opportunity to have a break-even season. And, you know, they are on the outside looking in on the playoffs, but you never know how it's going to pan out the last 2 weeks.
And, of course, now because of the unsportsmanlike penalty, you're going to have to kick it off here from the 25-yard line.
Yeah, that's just going to add more of a field position, obviously, for the Yellow Jackets, depending upon how this kick goes.
Colton Brooks is the kicker. And the ball rolls around, and Julian Williamson will land on it. Our West Virginia State Building and Construction Trades kickoff, where the future is forged.
They probably couldn't ask for a better field position. I'm talking about Wayne, because, you know, they're kicking off from their 25 and they only got the ball to the 34. Of course, no return. They just falling on it. The Yellow Jackets.
Kerr on the night, 18 carries, 119 yards, 3 touchdowns.
And he's back in there.
And Jack Moore lines up as the fullback. Breck Allen will hand it off to Kerr. And Kerr twisting and turning. And he's got first down yardage as he motors to the 50-yard line. And Clay Center. First down.
Yeah, Mark, that's a really impressive run from Jackson Kerr, because, you know, he got hit about 9 yards deep in that run and still was able to keep his legs churning to get an additional 6 yards. This late in the game, you know, there's a little bit of a fatigue factor that could really be playing on these guys, but shows you what kind of shape they're in.
Jan Dills is proud to sponsor the streaming of tonight's FNR game on Facebook and YouTube. Injured in a car wreck, called Jan Dills attorneys at law. Here is Breck Allen, and Allen will take it to the 39-yard line. Well, it's the dream of any coach. You get into the business and you may have a chance to go back and be a coach at your alma mater where you played, and that's the story for Chris Beck, who played at Williamstown High School. We've got a picture of Chris, number 51. Breck Allen's now over 100 yards rushing here tonight. 108, 15 carries. Here is Kerr. And Kerr turning the corner, and Jackson Kerr, can he outrace the defender? And he will. Jackson Kerr with a 40-yard touchdown run.
You just posted Kerr's numbers earlier, Mark. 18 carries, 119, 3 touchdowns. Going to tack another touchdown onto that with that long run.
Have a player down. You know, Chris Beck, he played for Williamstown, and and got a chance to coach under Terry Smith and then took over the program 6 seasons ago. And there is Chris Beck, number 51, one of the all-time outstanding linemen. They've had a lot of good ones, and he certainly was a terrific football player and an outstanding coach. Down to Hannah Klein we go.
Great, Mark. I appreciate you. So I wanted to show her. We do this every single week, and a lot of people at home do not see this. We recognize the Scholar Athlete of the Week. So this week it is Hayden Boyd. Congratulations. So she's a cheerleader right here at Wayne High School. Talk a little bit about maybe how you got started in cheerleading.
I got started when I was 4 or 5. I started with dancing, and then I got into cheer, and I've just cheered every single year since.
And I'm going to brag on her because she's also taking college classes. GPA 4.6, is that correct? Yes. That's impressive. Kind of talk how you separated, being a full-time athlete and also go to school.
It's really hard to separate. Cheer takes up a lot of my time, but I put it into 2 categories, and I always think of school first, and that helps a lot, getting my schoolwork done first and then focusing on cheer.
School first, next steps for you.
I want to go to Marshall and get my master's for forensics.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you. Congratulations. 4.6 GPA. So proud of you. All right, Mark, I'll send it back.
All right, thank you, Hannah. Daniel Cunningham, 2-point conversion, gets it into the hands of Mason Kern. There is a flag down. 7:31 remaining.
Discussing what this is, I'm not really sure, but
here's the Jackson Kerr 40-yard run.
Yeah, when you have that kind of speed, Mark, you don't have to really worry about the angle of the defender because he just can't catch you. And that was Jake Davis with a good angle on Kerr, but not able to close the gap on him.
So they will replay the down. Our West Virginia Governors Highway Safety Program scoring summary, 3 plays, 66 yards. Takes 1:07 off the clock, so they'll replay it here.
I didn't see any signal from the officials, Mark, but was it like a lineman downfield or something? Because he looked like he was going to run the ball, and then all of a sudden he threw it. So they had, well, now they're going to give us a different explanation.
7:31 to go. Williamstown 46, Wayne 18.
All right. Well, typically he is our red hat, and he handles a lot of duties. No, he's just a redhead tonight. Like our very own Dan Carney, one of the all-time greats, and has been handling our work for the past several years out on the field, and he's got the Champions of the Game trophy that we will be awarding following this contest here. And our trophy sponsored by Tri-State Trophy. Mick had the great line there a few years ago. We were displaying the trophy, and then all of a sudden it disappeared, and he said, Dan, it was a scoop and score. Dan scooped up the trophy and scored with it.
Now, you did see a red hat, but the red hat was on the actual trophy that time, Mark, what Dan was sporting there with that colorful outfit.
Jake Davis returning it to the 42-yard line. Picks up 28 on the carry. Mentioned the overtime games for Williamstown. Wayne's had one triple overtime game. That was against Rock Hill back in 1985. A couple of double overtime games against Polka and Oak Hill. And lost to Chapmanville 91, 1918. 6 and 7 in overtime games. Coming to the near side and going down is Wayman. And trying his best here, had that touchdown a moment ago.
Really good job there by Jenner Burge, the senior, one of the captains on this Williamstown defense, able to close the gap and keep the runner from getting the edge on that run.
And many thanks to Bulldog Graphics for the T-shirts at tonight's game and all of our games this season. Our naming rights sponsor, Go-Mart. Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart. Hand off to Caden Hayton, and Hayton just fights his way to the 48. I was looking at video of our late, great Kenny Bass, and had a highlight reel of Kenny doing Friday Night Football Extra, and Kenny said Hayton's hating on some people as he was
doing some hating.
He was
doing some hate,
dishing it out. Friday Night Rivals is presented by Glenville State University, where champions are made on the field and in the classroom. With more than 150 years of tradition, Glenville State is committed to helping students rise to the challenge and reach their goals. Glenville State University, Pioneers for Life. Those Glenville State Pioneers will be in Institute tomorrow to meet up with West Virginia State University. Mike Keller, pretty good team going right now. They were 4-1 in Mountain East Conference play. Making a lot of renovation. We mentioned that, as they get the Clay Center first down, that Williamstown played 2 games at Roane County this season. One was scheduled. The other was actually slated for Morris Stadium in Glenville, but then they are going through a big renovation project there, and so they had to move all of that action to County Stadium there in Spencer, and that's going to be a penalty. Hoosier with the tackle there of Haffer.
Yeah, a little bit of rambunctious there on that tackle. You're really not allowed to pick him up and body slam him.
Yeah. Hoosier is physical presence out there, 6'3", 239.
With some pretty good speed too, Mark.
So you have the 9-yard gain, and then you tack on 15 more.
He was trying to go down, but he didn't get the opportunity.
And what you got to tell your players now, again, Williamstown, they are going to be victorious in this game. That's going to get them to 4-5, and an outside shot of making the playoffs. And you want to have all your personnel. Caden Hayton fighting his way for good yardage and another Clay Center first down, where science and art come alive. The Clay Center in Charleston.
Yeah, a little bit of, looks like he got a little bit banged up on that tackle there. Caden Hayton did.
Again, the Pioneers will close out the regular season against Sissonville. That will be at Joe Sawyer's Field next Friday. Williamstown back home. Here's Hayton trying to get to the pylon, dives into the end zone and scores. And flags come out.
A lot of grit there from Caden.
Yeah, because he was on the knee just about the time the ball was snapped.
Yeah, and he was hurting. He had grabbed his arm, or he had some type of injury on the previous play. I didn't think there was any chance he was going to get that ball.
Well, just could be, the young man just, again, all these kids, they just play their heart out. So it is a personal foul against the Pioneers, so they'll tack that on when they kick it away. But Williamstown, talked about this being the only Friday Night Rivals game on national turf. Look at the steam there, Jim. That's Friday nights, isn't it?
Exactly.
This time of year. And Williamstown's got, new turf at Erickson Stadium there at Parkersburg South. Of course, Parkersburg High and the historic stadium field. They've had turf for a long time. And here is a handoff up the middle, and Wayman will take it in. And that makes it a 46-26 advantage. You have the thoughts now, Jim, that Wayne is Hayton. He bowls his way into the end zone. I'll tell you what, this Cunningham kid, number 21, just a young freshman. I mean, he's mixed it up a lot tonight. Not a very big kid.
He's trying to
tougher than nails.
That shoulder, doing all that he can do. But I tell you what, he's a little bit mismatched there against Caden Hayton.
Time for our West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program scoring summary. 6 plays, 57 yards, 2:34 off the clock. Hayton takes it in, and just like every play counts on the field, every decision counts behind the wheel. Put the phone down and keep your eyes on the road. Don't drive distracted. Put it down. Save a life. And there is Caden Hayton. Boy, what a good-looking young man he is.
Yeah, he sure is. And this is not the first time that the Pioneers have had to kick off from the 25 mark. This is the second time they've had to do it. But I'll tell you what, Coach Harmon and his group, they do not have any quit left in them.
Well, and then, but there's the thing you got to think about, too, is, where they are kicking from. And you take away that penalty and – Jim, you're not kicking from there, and then you may have an onside kick opportunity.
You have a chance to gain the possession of the ball, but
it's very dangerous. It's a tough thing to accomplish anyway, but it's certainly very dangerous if you're trying to do it from that part of the field.
Yeah, you're not going to try to kick it onside at the 25-yard line, because if they get it, they're within 30 yards of scoring. And the way the Yellow Jacket Williamstown's been moving the ball, they haven't really had any trouble moving the ball on the ground or through the air the entire night.
Well, it has been fun, though, to have these two programs here on Friday Night Rivals, championship programs. Williamstown got that first in 2008, got another one in 2014, and then back-to-back with Chris Beck at the helm against James Monroe and Greenbrier West in 23 and 24. New quarterback in the game for the Yellow Jackets. Go with some backups now, and Owen Lefebvre, a freshman, 5'7", 134. And the carry made there by Jacob McIver. Some good numbers tonight for Kerr.
Yeah, pretty good night there for Jackson Kerr. 23 carries, 174 yards on the ground, 4 touchdowns for the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. He's had a stellar night, not only offensively, Mark, but also as well defensively.
Many thanks to State Equipment for the lift at tonight's game. Got a good view there. Battle of the trenches. Cunningham carries the football.
Yeah, Mark, it's nice to see some of these younger players get in, get some playing action. You see they still got the passion to be out there. It's a cold night. They come off the bench, they get out there, and they get some contact, get their helmet on a ball carrier, and they're actually part of it, feel like they're a part of this game. And you see, like you said, that steam rolling off. This is high school football at its best.
Man, you just love these communities. Yellow Jackets break the huddle. Out Wayne, as they say, and here is Cunningham getting the call. Cunningham has first down yardage. It'll be a Clay Center first down. One of 3 high schools here in the county, Tulsa High School and Spring Valley High School, and they have all been to Wheeling. And the same can be said for the 3 high schools in Wood County. They all made it to Wheeling Island Stadium. Of course, Parkersburg, they played championship games all over, but Parkersburg South winning championships at Wheeling Island Stadium. And Williamstown and Parkersburg South enjoyed it. Parkersburg High won championships there. Of course, the state championships now in the capital city, second straight year. University of Charleston Stadium at Laley Field, 4 title games there the first weekend of December. Quad A, Triple A, Double A, and Single A.
Now, Mark, you mentioned the playoffs, the championships, that they're honoring the championship teams from 70 to 79 in Double A, I believe.
Yeah, you going to be there?
And actually, I believe I am.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm going to show up there.
1976. Red Devils of Ravenswood over Big Creek down there in Beckley. Handed off, and breaking it to the outside. As Williamstown continues to bring new players in, Dominic Thomas, 5'8", 175, a freshman.
Yeah, Mark, it's nice to see these young kids get in there. There we go. There's the Mark Martin.
That is Chris Plona. He's one of our great digital guys at the station, and he said he was going as me for Halloween.
Well, I don't know.
He's got glasses.
Well, he
he's
must
got
have stole your popcorn because you don't have anything in your container. So.
Well, when I left, there was Halloween candy in that Friday Night Football extra popcorn container.
I got
and
you.
I'm going to take a wild guess that when I get back to the station, there's not going to be any Halloween candy in that container.
That will be empty. Pretty sure you guys don't get trick-or-treaters at the station, but you never know.
And it's fun. People dressing up and enjoying the moment, carving the pumpkins. Of course, we had the great view of the pumpkin house nearby in Canova. Well, this is going to be Thomas again. I love it, Jim, number 80 in the backfield with the carry for Williamstown.
You don't see that very often.
I mentioned, the championships for Wayne, and that first one came against Tulsa. How about that? I mean, these schools so close together, and they journeyed up to Wheeling Island to play in the 06 title game. Again, the Pioneers won it in 2011 over Point Pleasant and Kaiser in 2012 for that snow game that we showed you earlier, in which Bridgeport came away victorious 14-13. And Williamstown wanting to run out the clock. Well, two outstanding football programs, two great schools that have enjoyed football success, championship success, and certainly championships in other sports. And tonight they meet for the first time ever in a football game, and it is Williamstown coming away victorious by a final count of 46-26. Williamstown improves to 4-5 at home in the regular season finale against Scott next week. Wayne will be on the road with a record now of 3-6 and will collide with the Indians of Sissonville at Joe Sawyer's Field. But it's all over here on this chilly October 31st Halloween night, and the Williamstown Yellow Jackets prevail in a good hard-fought game, 46-26. We'll be coming back, bringing you our trophy presentation, our stop of the game, and also introduce you to our player of the game. It's all straight ahead, but first we show you great scenes from Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals around the country.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
He's going to heave it deep right down the middle of the field and going up to get the football. Did he come down with the football?
Yes,
he did.
Sir.
What a catch right there from Kaleem Taylor.
Alan Moore with pressure on the backside and swoop. That ball's to the ground and picked up. This is going to be a scoop and score. Jaden Millhouse to the house. Outlaw Casa.
Downfield, intercepted. It's going to be picked off by Holmes. Here he comes to the near side, and Holmes trying to pick up blocks. Cuts it back the other way. Holmes still on his feet. Holmes, will it be a pick six? Yes, it will.
Fade to the end zone, trying to make the one-handed catch. Tremendous effort over there by Isaiah Ivey. Call it a touchdown.
That was 4th and 10. Chased out of the pocket. Launches it down the field. And it is caught. It's a touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
What in the world?
Playmaking ability from Fort.
Peachy to the end zone. Touchdown.
Oh, my goodness.
The final play of the game. What a moment.
Got your way. QB sneak wins the game. That's a fitting end of the season, don't you think?
All of the emotions.
This is the School Bus Stop of the Game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Well, some outstanding play in this football game tonight, not only offensively for Williamstown, but certainly from the defensive side. Ball comes loose, and Christian Hoosier is on it there with just an outstanding player and a bright future for that young man. And that is our school bus stop of the game presented by NHTSA. Meanwhile, our player of the game, our Go-Mart player of the game, Jackson Kerr, 20 carries, 174 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Our Go-Mart player of the game. Go for good times. Go for Go-Mart. And we go down to the field with our Hannah Klein standing by with head coach Chris Beck and his victorious Williamstown Yellow Jackets.
Congratulations. Talk a little bit about your guys' performance tonight.
Oh, we had a performance. I would just like to thank the line for blocking.
They've been acting up tonight, so.
It was a great game. I'm very proud of how we played, and I would just like to thank them more than anything.
Coach, I'm going to come over here to you, and we're going to talk a little bit about this team. I'm going to first start to week 1 till now. As a coach, on the outside looking in, talk a little bit about what you've seen with their growth.
So we're not the same. Now we grown a lot. Like we. Time.
I want to talk to you because a lot of people don't see those tough practices, the injuries, the conversations that you guys have behind closed doors. Talk a little bit about that as a coach, kind of how you've seen these boys change and yourself as well.
Yeah, so they come every week. It's a grind. Football's not for everybody. It's not a requirement to graduate. I let them know that every week. It's a tough sport, and I think that's what makes them better young men as they grow up. The adversity you face, the hard work that you have to do, I think molds them hopefully to be better fathers, husbands, sons, brothers, and that's the end goal. We want to have good young men that can have a positive impact on society, and I think football teaches you that. It teaches life lessons. It teaches you that hard work pays off. It teaches you to be part of something bigger than yourself, which I think we all want to be part of something bigger than ourselves. I think we're all called to serve in some shape or form, and hopefully this instills that baseline in them so they can go on and have a successful life.
I know these boys are cold and want to get out of here and enjoy that win, so I'll let you guys do that. And I want to hear from you guys. Congratulations, FNR Champions of the Week. Go ahead, let me hear it. Keep going. Good job.
All right. Great message there from Chris Beck, Jim.
Absolutely. It's always about the relationships you build with the players. And obviously, Coach Beck has the right perspective when it comes to his players. Hey, by the way, Mark, first time Williamstown's been on FNR, and they are a perfect 1-0.
Yeah, and Parkersburg won a game a couple of years back, and so a couple of trophies have headed back to Wood County. And certainly we thank Coach Tom Harmon, Wayne High School, for having us here. We always enjoy coming down here to this part of the great state of West Virginia. And again, one game remains for both teams in the regular season. You got a game for Wayne. They'll be on the road. Meanwhile, they'll take on the Sissonville Indians. For Williamstown, they'll be at home to go up against the Scott Skyhawks. Final thoughts on this one, Jim?
Yeah, really nice job by the Williamstown Yellow Jackets. Had a great game plan. I got to give my hats off to Coach Harmon and his crew for sticking with it through the whole game. Kind of the outcome pretty much determined after that first and second drive in the third quarter, but those kids kept playing hard through all this in the cold weather, and senior night, so they didn't give up. So I really admire their effort tonight as well.
All right, Jim, great being with you all season, my man.
Enjoyed it, my brother.
And our great crew, and just a great venue here, Pioneer Field in Wayne County at Wayne High School. So that will do it from here in the city of Wayne, on the campus of Wayne High School, Pioneer Field. For Jim Mahan, Hannah Klein, our wonderful crew, I'm Mark Martin, and we thank you so much for joining us not only tonight but throughout the season for our Go-Mart Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week presented by Glenville State University. Congratulations to the Williamstown Yellow Jackets, winners by 46-26 over the Pioneers of Wayne.